what is this channel about? What the hell are we doing here? I'll tell you that ever since I was 13 years old, every dollar I've earned has been as a salesperson, a sales manager, or as a sales coach. So we're talking almost 40 years now, 39 years. And still very passionate about it. I could talk about sales every day, all day, the rest of my life. I mean, that's pretty much how I spend most of my days anyways, is talking about sales and coaching salespeople and thinking about sales. But when it comes to teaching and coaching, why do a YouTube channel? What makes you want to do that, as opposed to just going out and continue to sell, continue to make money, be successful, those pats in the back? You know, that old adage of, those that can't do, teach. I always believed that. And I said, yeah, that's probably right. Why would people be doing that when they could just, why would you teach someone how to do it when you just go do it yourself? I mean, maybe that's a selfish outlook. But as my career has gone on, I've realized, and looking back, I realized it was always true. I've just probably only just realized it. There's a lot of so-called sales professionals that do not take it as seriously as I do not care and give a shit as much as I do. They're not really developing their craft. They're punching a clock. I'm a salesperson. These techniques work. I go to work. I make some money, and I go home, and that's great. But having a sales job it's the best job in the world. I mean, it's one of the only things you can do where there's no limit to how good you can get. You can continue to develop your craft and get better and better and better and better. And so when I'm excited about that and excited to coach someone and teach someone and share that new idea or share that war story with, there aren't as many of those out there. There's a lot of salespeople, but there aren't as many professional salespeople working on their craft. And my desire to have those conversations and share that knowledge is why this channel exists. In preparation for this channel, I took a look at some of the other YouTube channels out there that are similar, and there's a lot out there. I actually had to stop looking at it because I didn't want to be influenced by what other people are doing, the look, the style. But I was a bit surprised. There's a lot of, I guess let's just call them scams, where it's really just they're not really telling you anything. It's keep watching, and then maybe you pay for this, or there's an $8,000 course, or whatever. There seems to be a lot of weird stuff. There's also a lot of very highly polished, beautiful channels with graphics and green screens, and they probably have all kinds of wonderful equipment, and it's good. I mean, it's good to watch. We have such a short attention span now. If there's quick cuts flipping around and graphics, that makes sense. But for me, that's not how I sell. I've sold everything. I'll do other videos. We'll talk about all the different types of sales, different types of products and services, big tickets, small. I mean, we can do 10 videos on just that. But regardless of what you sell, ultimately it comes down to you talking to someone or someone's face-to-face or on the phone. You don't really have a bunch of takes and a bunch of cuts and a bunch of edits and flashy graphics. I mean, we put on presentations, certainly. We have products and displays and brochures, but really so does your competitor. So do all the other salespeople doing what you do. That's not what sets you apart. What sets you apart is what you're saying, how you're saying it, your read on the customer, and the time you've put in to your sales craft. That's what I want this channel to be. We're going to do chats like this, talks like this, cover specific topics for sure. But let's just keep it real. Let's just eyeball to eyeball. This is how you would talk to a customer. We don't need a bunch of fancy graphics and a bunch of cuts. We're going to leave the videos just warts in and all. So if you're new to sales, thinking about switching careers to go into sales, or you're a salesperson right now and maybe you're not where you think you should be, you're not getting the recognition or the rewards that you feel you deserve, or if you're an old pro and you think you know everything. Maybe you know lots, but you're not really a professional salesperson if you're not actively working on your sales craft. In fact, it's a bit of an insult, really, to people like me who really, this is my art, this is my craft. If you were a woodworker There's a difference between someone learning to build a birdhouse or a picnic table, and I can saw this in half and screw these together. And there's small techniques as you go up. I'm going to sand this and drill it this way, and I'm going to inset that. I don't know a hell of a lot about woodworking, but you get people that will look at this amazing little dovetailed fancy box I've made, inlaid this and the fancy that. There's no limit to how good that person can get. And a true woodworker, I imagine, would not be satisfied with just learning these small set of skills and going the rest of their life making everything with just those small set. So that's what this channel is meant to be for. No matter what level you are in sales, starting or advanced, there's something here for you. Let's practice. Let's get better together. Let's take you from where you are to where you can be, which is infinitely better, infinitely good. There's without cap. Okay, I'm excited. So thank you for joining me. Let's get started.